Our next speaker is the founder and CEO of Portal. He is going to be talking about how to build network effects using developers. I will spare you my best Steve Ballmer impression and allow Raj to tell you about the importance of developers. Raj, take it away. Big round of applause, everybody.
How's it going, everyone? Can you guys hear me okay? Cool. All right, so we talked about crypto payments, we talked about stablecoin issuers, but let's talk about how do you actually grow a stablecoin and actually drive real network effects. Before we do that, just quick intro on me, CEO of Portal. My journey actually started at Visa, where I used to be there for about 7 years. First half of Visa was focused on helping banks think about security breaches, hacks, exploits. It's actually during that time that I discovered Bitcoin back in 2015 and said, wait, there's this open source distributed system that's moving just as much value as Visa. And then you have this closed source system like Visa that's actually moving just as much value as well. In a long enough time horizon, open source typically wins, and that was always my view. Initially, I thought, why not become a rogue agent at Visa? Let's start the Visa crypto team, and let's build products around it. One of the first few products that we launched was USDC settlement, where the issuing layer as well as the acquiring layer can now issue and actually send payments and settle payments with Visa in stablecoins itself. And then we realized, like, wait, a lot of the infrastructure to date in crypto was largely focused around trading, when in reality we saw stablecoins start to emerge where payments, DeFi was happening as well. And that became an opportunity for us to say, hey, why not we rethink infrastructure from the ground up and actually build something to support stablecoins even more. So we heard this in the last talk. There's a lot of new stablecoins out there. We joke there's new issuers popping up. There's 200 plus out there. And they all have their own takes on how they want to approach things as well. And this is obviously an important innovation of having your own counter position on the type of stablecoin that you build. But more importantly, it's focused on how do you actually grow the pie too. So it's clear. It's easy to launch a stablecoin. You have a contract. The hardest part is typically on the compliance and regulatory side, and we all know that there's different sides of the spectrum on how you actually launch that stablecoin itself. Much harder to drive distribution and network effects, and we primarily have seen about few stablecoins out there that have really grown critical mass to get wide distribution out there too. But how do we change that? And so one thing that we've seen is that there's a few stablecoin projects out there that typically rely on driving circulating supply using DeFi, using yield. But one thing that's often overlooked is how you build the developer ecosystem around that stablecoin too. Are there apps actually being built that are using the stablecoin? Are there marketplaces, are there e-commerce websites that are now adding stablecoins for payment purposes, for distribution, for account receivables, invoicing, et cetera? And USDC is a prime example. It's been around for 5 years, and there's a few apps like Polymarket, which is really a runaway success as it relates to prediction markets. It's not leveraging stablecoins. AirTM across LATAM that's built an incredible P2P network, or Dollar app out in Colombia that has done a great job providing access to dollars for Colombians in LATAM also. And these are the types of things that you need in addition to circulating supply to really drive transaction volume for your stablecoin too. And here's just a quick case study. PYUSD, we all know PayPal, launched about a year ago, close to about $1 billion in circulating supply. And one of the things that we did when we partnered with PayPal about a month ago is that we launched their first Portal PYUSD hackathon. And the whole goal was like, hey, let's treat these as an experiment. And what actually came from it was really interesting was, let's do a virtual hackathon. We had 250 developers that signed up for it. And prior to this hackathon, there were very little developer activity and apps being built around PYUSD. Frankly speaking, it was a little early, but as PYUSD started to drive circulating supply with their effective campaigns, DeFi yields, et cetera, they also started to see and recognize that we got to have apps being built on PYUSD also, so you can take that circulating supply that's now being created out there and have that transcend into different apps afterwards also. And so that's part of what we believe is that every stablecoin should have their own app store. There should be a set of different applications and use cases that are now being derived from your stablecoin that you can actually point to. That says, hey, we're now providing access to dollars in a market. We are now enabling a specific marketplace to now receive payments and bring down their processing fees with their credit card networks. So what is Portal? Portal, we are the simplest developer infrastructure company to enable apps to be built with stablecoins. And we provide the full stack infrastructure around the mobile web SDK, wallet infrastructure, security, and as well as integrations into on and off ramps and bridging, et cetera. And the main goal is that some of these developers just need the easiest way to build with your stablecoin or your project. And this is what we enable folks to do, and similar to what we do with PayPal also. We're fortunate to serve over many awesome customers, including big names like Bitso. And we're excited to continue to bring out the app developers out there in the ecosystem, and not just drive circulating supply, but also have apps and users around it also. We're fortunate to also be backed by incredible investors. And if you're interested in connecting with us, please feel free to scan that QR code. Thank you again for having me.
We're going to put the QR back up. Is that what you asked for, the QR? All right, nice. We're going to give a couple more seconds for this gentleman in the front to, could you put the QR back up? All right, cool. To scan it. If you want to get in contact with Raj, then now is your opportunity to scan this QR code. Also, another friendly reminder, we do have snacks and beverages available over in the refreshment/booth promotion room all the way in the back. I think a lot of you were already there for lunch, so you know the location.